was recently sent this PZU waterproof and supposedly fireproof document box. You can see it's kind of wet. That's because I just did a waterproof test on it. But I'm going to be doing a fireproof test on it here in my burn barrel. So what I did is I've got some cardboard that is lit up. I've got some chunks of wood in here, and I'm going to throw it in on top and see if it actually is fireproof or not. I do have a couple pieces of paper in here. They are wet from my waterproof test. You can kind of see how wet that one is. And then I actually have active water down in here. So truthfully, this is going to be more fireproof than it would traditionally be even inside, just because of the water test that I went ahead and put it through. So I'm going to go ahead and lock these just to give it as much of a chance as possible to survive the fire. So that is locked. Again, I just have a fire going here inside the burn barrel, nothing too terribly big or anything. And I'm just going to chuck that right in there on top. Now it is currently 11:21, so I'm just going to give that about a minute on top. I'll pull it off here or we'll look at it here in a minute and see exactly what it looks like. So it's now 11:22, and as you can see, the handle, probably hard to see, but the handle has definitely melted on it. The box itself does appear to still be intact on that. I'm going to give it another minute before I go ahead and pull it off. So I'm going to give it to 11:23, then we'll pull it off, I'll let it cool off, and we'll see what it looks like inside. Now again, this is far from a blazing inferno. It's literally just a fire in a burn barrel. So relatively small, not high heat or anything like that. And we're going to see what it looks like. And it literally just clicked over 11:23, and I can already tell you this is not going to be fireproof. Look at that separation that is happening where the zipper is at. I'll pull it out, but it's just clicked over 11:23, so it hasn't even been a full 2 minutes in with the fire. It's not even engulfed. It's literally just a fire underneath it with some wood, and you can see it's already separated apart. So I pulled it out from the fire. The only part that's actively on fire is going to be this handle itself. Like, it's charred, it's gone, right? This does not, it doesn't appear to have burned through there, although, yeah, right there. See where that seam is at? That seam has already pulled apart entirely in there. And that's going to be the actual compartment where your documents are going to be at that are supposed to be protected from the fire. Now I'm going to go ahead and let this cool down a little bit before I open it up. But like, just based on this, like, it already had water inside of it. I'm going to say even at 2 minutes in, right? We've split across at this seam. We started coming across there. And that is literally just a little fire. Like, I'm talking just like one piece of wood around it, not even that hot. We're not talking like heat from a house fire or anything like that, and has already started to come apart at those seams. So I let it cool down a couple minutes. We are still smoking from the inside. You can see the paper inside is actually still intact. Now again, the paper inside was wet, but the integrity of the bag is entirely lost in under 2 minutes of a fire. So is this fireproof document bag actually fireproof? My answer is going to be 100% no, because you're talking just a little tiny fire, lasted not even in it for 2 minutes, and we'd already started breaking apart at this seam and started breaking apart at that seam, which means any documents that you have inside are going to catch fire in under 2 minutes of being exposed to an actual flame. So this is not going to actually be a fireproof document bag, even though it is said by PZU that it is fireproof. It is not going to actually protect. Now this part didn't burn, so I like that. The back part actually did not burn. It protected it. The issue is the seams, the zipper, both started coming apart in under 2 minutes of being exposed to heat and flame. So this fireproof document bag failed to actually be fireproof.